everyone, and welcome to DJ's Gaming. We are here with another episode of our immersive engineering tutorial. So in the first episode, I showed you guys how to make the crude blast furnace, the coke oven, and the alloy kiln. Now, after you've gotten yourself a good supply of steel using the crude blast furnace, the next thing you need to make is the two things you should make is the metal press, and then you should also make the improved blast furnace, which requires steel plates. Just the steel plate with blast bricks makes the reinforced blast bricks. Words not wanting to come to my mouth. And so the reinforced ones, it is the same setup, and I accidentally threw my I got rid of the hammer on accident. Don't accidentally get rid of your hammer. You need this thing. Could have sworn, if I remembered correctly, it was supposed to be the same setup. But the bricks have been reinforced. Oh, no, that's a 3x3. Oh, right, you have to put a hopper on the top. I remember these things sometimes. There we go. And it looks super cool. Now, one of the things is you can do heaters. You can make heaters for it. Now, you can make these blast furnace preheaters, which requires the external heater, and so you're having to start making wire and plates and sheet metal. The fluid pipe, which is just sheet metal, or sheet. And then, of course, a bunch of sheet metal. Now, when you do make them, they do require power, is the thing. And you put them, there, and there, and there. Now, if you get power to them, they will be able to heat up they kind of like heat up the coals and make things work faster. And so you have to get power to them, though. And then, so that means we get to start messing with the basic power production, which basic power production for these is you use the basic wiring, and it's just, flat metal with the engineer's wire cutters. This is where you have to get into the wire cutters. You have to make the wire cutters. So yeah, you make the wire cutters, which is also super cheap. And then you need to make some wire. And eventually you turn it into, you can make the, oh, there's create new age ones in my thing. Whoops. But you also make the low voltage wire coils. Let me go ahead. Let's grab the low voltage wire coils. Now, I'm not going to get into too deep of dealing with the power yet, because it can get pretty complicated. But we're just going to go into the kind of the basics of the power. And so once you have your wire, you need to have a generator. So we do need the low voltage wire connectors. We have this one here, and then it goes mid voltage and then high voltage. Once you start dealing with the high voltage, I do suggest making sure you keep there's a reason why you need the wooden post, and I will show you that when we do the thing. We're also going to need the water wheel, the kinetic dynamo. There we go. Okay, so now these water wheels are slightly on the big side. as you can see. And we're gonna do what we would normally do when you deal with a create water wheel, which is trapping the water like that. So now we have the water wheel going, and you put the kinetic dynamo on the water wheel like this. And then the most difficult thing with the kinetic dynamo is making sure the ends are going the correct direction, which in this particular case it is not. Right, we use the hammer to rotate things. Now, you'll see these little signs here, these little spots here. That is where you put your connectors. And so each one of these also has a location for a connector. And then you want to keep these power cords away from your body. Did they alter the mod on me? I think they altered the mod on me. Basic wiring. The internet engine has 4 important blocks: connectors as inputs and outputs for the net, relays to connect wires together, and transformers to switch between different levels of wire. Okay, wires. Oh, right, the connectors. Oh, okay, I see now. So connectors go here, and then relays are what I see what I screwed up on. Connector, low voltage relays are what we need. Okay, now once you have the relays, that's how you can go from here to here, and then from here to there, and then this one can connect here and there, just like that. These can only take one wire. These are the ones that can take multiple wires. Oh, power's in there, power's in there. Like I said, the power is confusing. Dealing with the power is very confusing. And so there will be a whole... There should be a whole episode on dealing with the power, which I will probably do next. But the very first things you make is that improved blast furnace, and then if you can get the preheaters made, you can do the preheaters, and the basic power. And so now you have basic power going in. And again, the reason why you want to make to where they're above you is if I go ahead and game mode survival. Oops. Okay. And then let's, just climb up here real quick. It starts hurting you. It electrocutes you. Can you actually walk on the... But yeah, it starts electrocuting you. And so, yeah, that's the sucky part. Is it will sit there and electrocute you. But then, yeah, like I said, you can, since there's now power, we can take some coal coke. We're going to throw some coal coke in here. Grab some iron. Throw some iron in here. These are all on. You hear that sound. Alright, and then you use up the power very quickly. These things just burn through your power. But they've already in that shorter time made 1 steel. And you can increase the production of the power, I believe, by adding more water wheels. Or just more production items. Now the problem is if you do too much production item, or too much power, you can overload your wires. But then also, yeah, you get this cool smoke effect as well. But yeah, so that is the improved blast furnace with the blast furnace preheaters and a little bit of how to make the power. And so I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, remember to hit big thumbs up button and subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys next time. Later, everybody.